Good evening, everybody. Welcome to what used to be the Spitfire show, actually, a while back. So basically, today is I've received my next 4 set of issues for the Spitfire, along with the snag list and everything. So why not? Let's do this live show and let's get building. So I've asked a couple of people if they'd like to join me tonight, and yes, they've joined me. So I'll go down this order. So we'll go with DS models and vintage.
Hello, everybody, and yeah, welcome to Mac's Spitfire mod modifications and fixes. The big, long-awaited one that we've been waiting for a long time now, haven't we?
Oh,
so
gosh.
yeah, a lot of issues behind we are. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Mac, and yeah, it's with fear and trepidation, I think. Yeah, fear and trepidation. Fingers crossed and all that everything works on it when we do all these bits and bobs, eh?
Yeah. And the next person is let's go ahead. Go Danno's Universe.
Hi everybody. Yeah, this should be an interesting issue. Been waiting for this for a while. Good luck with tonight's show.
Yeah, fantastic. And it wouldn't be a show without Geordie Dave.
Evening, everybody, and welcome to Mark's show. Yep, looking forward to this. You know, I think it's going to be brilliant to see how this fix is done. So, good luck with it, Mark, and let's crack on.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked mine came in the post because yours lot hasn't arrived yet, so I must have been on the first wave of it. But it doesn't look too bad. You know, not as bad as what we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So, right, Geordie Dave, do you want to do the chat?
Yeah, Google Drive's not downloading. Oh, right, okay. First goes to online, goes to, come on, click up. I clicked on there, but it's not up. Gillian Milne, evening, everyone.
Evening, Gillian.
Hi, Gillian.
I've Danno's Universe. Good evening, everyone.
Hi, Danno.
And we have Jay's channel. Good evening. All hope everyone is okay and good luck with your build and modifications.
Hi, Jay.
Hi, Jay.
Hi, Jason.
Free Harris, a very good evening, young fella.
I'm 41. I'm not that young.
Yorkshire Crafter. Good evening, everyone. Good luck with the show tonight.
Hi, Julie.
Hey, Jay.
Hi, Dee.
Maria Oglesby. Evening, all.
Hi, ma'am.
Evening, Marie.
D. Harris, a good evening at Yorkshire Crafter. And Yorkshire Crafter, evening, D. Harris. Dave Mack, good evening, D. Harris, Yorkshire Crafter, all of the chat. Good luck with the build, Mark.
Thanks, Dave Mack. Evening.
Hi, Dave Mack.
And Yorkshire Crafter, evening, Dave Mack. Another couple come in. Yep, Dave Mack. Come on. Dave Mack, just watch your build iconic models, and the new cable for the undercarriage has snapped on his spear. Just thought I'd let you know. Ooh.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, my goodness me.
D. Harris, Dave Mack builds a good evening. How's you? So, Dave Mack builds good evening. Mr. Dave said, Danno and Geordie Dave. Hi, Dave.
Hi,
Dave.
And Dave Mack, I'm good, thanks, D. And D. Harris. And a good evening, Geordie Dave, Sir Dave, and young Danno. Hi, D.
Hi, Dave.
And another one just popped up. Mark, I'm 47 years younger than Mark. I'm 47 years younger than me, so young fella it is too.
No, Mark, I'm 47. You're younger than me, so young fella, it is LOL.
Well, young fella.
These shorthand takes a while.
Yeah, you're a young fella to me, you know, so there.
And me, yeah.
And that's it up to now, so I'll store that.
Jolly good.
And I'll hand over to you when I'm seeing if this will download so I can help Dave later on.
So, right, we have got, well, Mark has got issue, the dreaded issue that really should be tonight's issue, that really should be the fix and everything else for this build. So what we're going to do we're going to go through it. So I don't know whether Mark wanted to read on the rear or the replacement parts bit, but the bit I've actually got on my iPad here is upside down, so I don't know whether you wanted to read that first or you wanted to go to step 1, which is replacing the circuit board.
What should we do?
Well, if it's upside down, hard for Dave to read, just go to step 1.
Just go. Yeah, that's a lot easier. So
Okay.
I haven't live built in a very, very long time.
Okay, well, we'll take it steady with you. Don't worry about that. So, replacing the circuit board. So we've got your circuit board on there, Mark.
Yeah.
And we basically have to replace it. So step 1 then says, after fitting the second battery box and PCB, see issue 95. Identify the circuit board 9101 in the display stand. One by one, carefully remove all the cables from the sockets. Undo the 4 PB 2 x 4mm screws at the corners of the circuit board. Put the screws to one side, as they will be needed to refit the replacement circuit board. Okay, and then it says removing cables. The cables are very tight, and you may find that the sockets become detached from the circuit board as you remove them. This is a problem, but removing the sockets surrounding the cables before continuing. Okay.
Yeah, one's just happened to me like that.
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit problematic that way, because it's like getting your nails into the very edge of the socket, and then holding the other bit in with the finger and thumb, and it's very difficult to pull them out without breaking them, isn't it?
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet.
Okay, I haven't.
I don't want to break the wire.
No.
So will this circuit board just get hurried away or disposed of?
Yeah.
So what I'm gathering, Danno, that we won't need this circuit board now because we've got a replacement.
By the sounds of it, to see if it comes away from the thing next to yours.
Yeah.
As long as you get that little plastic off.
Yeah, it's doing it again on this one.
Yeah, I've noticed you haven't got no nails, have you, to get your nails into it?
No, I'm bad at you, mine.
Get you in. She got long nails.
It's not too bad. It seems to be the 2-prong connectors that are doing it.
I mean, I managed to get them out okay on the Root Master that we had. You know, when I replaced. Well, I didn't replace the circuit board. I got them apart, like, but they're pretty similar, aren't they?
Yeah, that one came out nice and easy. Right, it's the 2-prong ones that are causing the problem.
Okay.
The others seem fine, but these are really tight.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to be a few minutes on this one, aren't we? Is there any more chat then, Geordie Dave?
Just the one from, one from D. Come up. Evening at Gillian Millen and G's channel and Marie on. And that's it.
Yeah, again. Why give us such a dodgy circuit board? I even knew it.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? That they're being problematic like this.
Yeah, with the aircraft.
As I said, the Root Master one was, you know, the plugs pulled out that easily.
Right, so I'm just undoing the screws. It's a good job of getting rid of this circuit board.
Yeah. So let me just backtrack a little bit then for everybody. And the replacement parts, we found some issues with the performance of the model, and we are providing you with replacement parts and instructions to rectify them. And so on the instructions, there will be a parts checklist. There'll be parts checklist of all the bits and pieces that you're going to get. There's notes and there's tips. Unfortunately, as I said, them bits are upside down for me to read, but I do strongly suggest that you read them instructions well before you start doing this and taking your model apart, because you're going to need to know exactly what to do. So,
very a true word. Right, so
DC has compared the new PCB to the old one and see if you see any difference.
I don't know. I just whacked it across the room for the old one.
No, see you through it. Look at the way he's treating that PCB board.
Right, so is there any difference? Yes, there's less terminals. Oh no! All right, so that's a new one.
Mix them up for God's sake.
Oh no, it's the old. I know it's the old one because the old one has got missing terminal casings. I can't see much of a difference.
okay.
Unless it's a power thing and they've up the power rating on it.
Yeah,
It could be, couldn't it? It could be.
No, I can't see much of a difference, but oh well, if we've got to replace it, we've got to replace it.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll go on to step 2 then, if you're ready.
Yeah.
Step 2 is fit the replacement circuit board 100A in the display stand with the old circuit board, where the old circuit board 9101 was removed. Fix in place with the 4 PB 2x4mm screws. And then I've deliberately made a gap there because we're next going to be putting cables into the board.
Come on. Just getting the first one in. Me and my shaky hands.
At your time.
I know. I haven't live built in a long time, apart from Northern Model Builders.
Yeah.
It feels like a Northern Model Builder show.
Why, aye.
Right, that's got the first one in. I'm just going to remagnetise this screwdriver.
Okay. Plenty of time, man.
I know, I'm not rushing. I'm obviously as well not doing the screws up too tight.
Yeah.
I don't want to break the board.
Yeah.
And the screws are going into plastic, so you could ruin the thread on it. Okay, they're all in.
Okay. So, nicely on to step 3 then. And step 3, we're working around the circuit board, starting at the bottom left.
Right.
Insert the cables as follows. SB. So SB is your first one.
Right, this is now time to...
Bottom left.
SB.
Okay.
Got that one.
So the next one along is MB.
Hang on a minute, I ain't got SB in yet.
Okay.
Right, SB's in.
Okay. So the next one along, coming towards you right now. After that one is MB. M for mother, MB.
There we go, yeah, done.
And then the next one is CC.
CC. Coco Chanel.
CC, monsieur, CC.
Yeah.
Okay. And the next one is CB. C for B. CB. CB.
CB.
CB. And that's across the lower edge. So
yeah, done all them now.
All of them are in a long line.
Yeah.
With the last one on the right being CB and the first one on the left being SB.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. So step 4 then. On the right-hand side of the control board, insert the unlabeled cable from the battery box and cable SA.
Right, I can't do that because I haven't done issue 95.
Right, okay,
So
no problem.
CA though.
No, it's SA.
Don't know if I've got an SA. SA is the switch which we haven't installed yet in the actual magazine.
Okay, so do you want to try and make a note of that, or?
Yeah, I can remember that.
Okay.
I can't find the bloody what you call it, Dave.
No, don't worry about it for now. So then we've got step 5, working from the left to right across the top of the circuit board. Insert cables ML, so ML on the left at the top.
Hang on, find ML, MR. ML, yeah.
ML, yeah. And the next one to it going right is SL.
SL. That's a more bigger one. SL, did you say?
Yes.
It's not going to be that one then. Yeah, SL. Right, yeah, SL is in.
MR.
Ooh, the misters. Yeah.
MR. Then you've got SR.
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 Right, yeah, SR's in.
Okay. Then there's an important note. It says the cables along the top are inserted in the new circuit board 100A in a different order to that given in issue 91.
Right.
So that So that could be one of the reasons why we've got another circuit board.
Yes.
Okay. So important.
That would make sense, actually.
The cables along the top are inserted in the new circuit board 100A in a different order to that given in issue 91. Okay. So
right, move this base out the way.
Okay.
And I can change my camera.
Yeah, and we're back onto the aeroplane itself now.
Yeah, I don't know why, but they're not on my drive on there, the iPad. But you said they weren't on the drive on your iPad neither, they must be. But mine's more updated.
I don't. Chris found it on our iPad, but couldn't find it on mine.
I can't find them on mine in Drive. Schedule and all that, but it's not.
Oh, good to see this old girl again.
It's on the PDF. Yes, absolutely. So we're gonna need to be okay. So right. Okay, you tell me when you're ready, Mark.
Let me just have a quick drink and then we'll get going.
That's a good idea.
So in front of me, I've got some diamond painting boats.
Yeah.
And these are listed, all the screws that we will be taking off this model, so we can put the screw in the right place and we don't lose any screws.
Brilliant idea. Absolutely brilliant idea. Okay. So, are you ready for step one then?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, step one. If you have fitted side panels and aerial wires, issues 94 to 97, these should be removed. This photo shows the assembly as it was at the end of issue 93, sitting on the cardboard stand. If you have fitted the model to the display stand, you can leave it connected, but make sure that it is turned off.
Right.
Okay.
Well, what I will say, these guys know it. We're going to be taking bits off and then putting some bits on. But those who follow the Spitfire on my channel, what is going to happen is I'm going to record issue 100, and then I'm going to test all the electrics on this. And if all the electrics are working and everything's fine like that, then I'll start putting like the wing panels back on and stuff. I'm not going to do... That's not going to be tonight, but the wing panels I will not be putting back on tonight because I want to make sure everything works first.
That's fair enough, yeah. That's fair enough.
Right, ready to go.
Okay, so step two is identify the two cover panels, 9202 and 9203, which were fitted to the wing panels 9001, 9201 circled. These parts were fitted in step 18 and 19 in issue 92. So your cover panels.
Which I just stuck down with some blue tack.
Yeah. Step 3 says remove the two cover panels, 92 and 9203. Note that if you have glued these parts and damaged them when removing them, replacements have been supplied. Remove the 2.5 by 6mm PB screws in the recesses beneath the cover panels, yellow arrows. Store all the parts carefully. We advise using masking tape to stick the parts to the wings.
Right, okay. So basically I've put them in the Horlix parts tray.
Yeah.
These are the replacements that they've sent, but obviously I just used blue tack on mine. So mine were quite easy to get off. I never glued them. But we have got replacement. But if you ever do lose these parts, at least we've got a replacement.
Yeah. Jolly good.
Right, so let's get unscrewing. Right, so that's... Size screw, was it, Dave?
It said 2.5 by 6mm PB screws. Didn't say how many.
2.5 by, yeah.
2.5 by 6, yeah.
Yeah, it's going in the right tray.
Yeah.
Seems a shame to be undoing work, but, you know.
I know, that's, yeah, well. Okay, so step 4 says remove the upper wing panel 90 and 9201. Take care not to damage the wing flap indicator assembly when removing the panels. Set the upper wing panel aside carefully. These parts were positioned in step 14 in issue 92. Okay, so then we're going on to step 5. Similarly, identify the two cover panels 8902, 8903 on the upper side of the left wing panels, 8801 and 8901 circled. These parts were fitted in steps 5 and 6 in issue 90. Step 6 says remove the two cover panels 8903, 8902, then remove the 2.5 by 6mm PB screws in the recesses beneath the cover panels, yellow arrows. Again, store all the parts and screws carefully. Replacement covers have been supplied if needed. And finally, for now, we've got step 7, remove the upper wing panel assembly 8901, placing the parts carefully on one side. Take care not to damage the wing flap indicator assembly when removing the panels. These parts were positioned in step 1 in issue 90.
I can't damage it because it's still got electrical tape over it.
Yeah, jolly good. So, and then we've got step 8. Okay. So we've done that to step 8, haven't we?
Yes. Right.
Okay. Everybody must be following intently. Okay.
And I've sent you the instructions on Facebook if you can't get them.
Yeah.
I've sent you the instructions on Facebook if you can't get them. So
Yeah, I'm trying to watch this and look for them now.
Okay. Right. So are you ready, Matt, for step 8?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So step 8 says identify the 4 screws that hold the left side fuselage assembly 7401 and 7402 in place. They are 3 KB 2.2 times 4mm screws above and 1 km 2 times 4mm screw right. Remove the screws on the side fuselage assembly and store carefully.
Okay, so this one here and this one here is the KB 2 times 4mm.
Yeah. Okay, and then it says the side fuselage panels shown in step 8 were fitted in steps 5 and 6 in issue 74.
Can't find them on Facebook, Dan.
on your messenger.
On my messenger.
Yeah. I'll send you it as a private message.
All right.
I'll let you do them first, Mark, because I do believe we'll have to go to the other side as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just read that then. Step 9. Identify the 4 screws that hold the right side fuselage assembly 7301, 7302 in place. Again, there are 3 KB 2 times 4mm screws above and 1 km 2 times 4mm screws right. Remove the screws on the side fuselage assembly and store carefully. These screws were fitted in steps 6 and 7 in issue 73.
So we are going quite far back away, aren't we?
Yeah, we are, yeah. So I'll give you a few minutes because you've got that side to do, haven't you?
This is the second side.
Okay. So is there any more chat, Geordie Dave?
David Bassett, good evening, Squadron Leader DFC, tally ho.
Good evening, David. Tally ho, chaps.
Evening, David.
Evening, David. And David again, hi, everyone.
Right, so these now, in theory, should come off. I think.
Okay, so we've got to step 9.
You got all the screws in there, are you?
Yeah. Front one.
The front one.
Yeah, the front one. Hang on, I think I remember how these went on. Did we have to hook them on?
I think they just lift it off, doesn't it?
Might be worthwhile just having a look and see if there is any more screws.
I'm just double checking that myself.
That's what I'm looking at. The front, because there's a screw at the front.
Yeah.
Got that one.
I've got that one.
Got that one. Got that one.
Okay.
And got that one.
So there's 4, isn't there? There's another one there, isn't there?
Where? Oh, yes. This is why I've got you guys with me.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
suppose it's good practice to see this being done so you know yourselves when you come around to doing yours.
Exactly, yeah, that's okay.
did you get me a message, Danny?
Yeah, I did.
Didn't get it.
Right, they're coming off now.
Okay.
Right, so just bob them over there. Right, they're off now.
Okay, so that's step 9 done. Step 10, we're taking some more bits off.
Yeah.
So step 10 says identify the 4 KB 2x4mm screws holding the interior support 7303 in place, circled in orange. Remove the screws and carefully remove part 7303 and place to one side. This part was fitted in steps 1 to 3 in issue 73.
Right.
So there is 4 screws holding that central part in.
Now, if I remember correctly, this central thing is very thin plastic.
Yep.
So I'm being extra careful.
Yeah.
Yes, because this side broke a little bit.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people had troubles with it. Oh, screw out. Right, that's now out. Screws are nicely stored away.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're now on to step 11, and it says identify the 3 PB 1.7 by 4mm screws circled, holding the cockpit assembly in place. Undo the screws and store them carefully, using masking tape to stick them to the side of the cockpit assembly. Remove the cockpit assembly and place it next to the model. The cockpit assembly was fitted in steps 19 and 20 in issue 72. So we've got 3 screws in this one, 3 PB 1.7 by 4mm.
While you're taking that, I'll pick up the chat. D. Harris, David Bassett, good evening. David Bassett, evening GS channel, D. Harris, Mark Modz, Geordie Dave, and Danno's Build. Then David Bassett, sorry, Danno's Universe. David Bassett, evening Julian Milne, and David Bassett, I see a group captain Mark at the controls, screwdriver, chocks away any flavour you like, LOL.
The trouble is we're missing Wing Commander Horlix, actually.
Yep.
Yeah. Right, I've moved it to one side. So yeah, I now can see the motor for the landing gear, which is there.
Just point that out again to me, Mark. I want looking at the screen.
So
That
it's
one. Yeah, that one. Okay, right. So this is step 12.
Right.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So removing the cockpit assembly exposes the gearbox and motor circled in yellow. They were fitted in issue 36. Yeah, that's issue 36. Note also that there is a cable 3606 running out from each side of the gearbox. This is the area we are concentrating on to replace the cogs and cable.
Right.
Okay, so do you just want to point them bits out, Mark?
Right, so you've got the cable here, and then obviously at the other side.
Yeah.
Then you've got where it attaches to the landing gear, there and there. And then we've got the gearbox motor, landing gear motor, which is there, and all the gubbins is in there.
Yes. Okay. So, right, step 13. Identify the points where the ends of the cable 3606 are fixed. This cable runs through the gearbox on the left side it is fitted to part 2704 left. On the right, it is fitted to part 2904 below. Remove the PM 1.6 by 3mm screws and store safely.
So basically, these screws here, that, if I remember, were a right pain to do.
Yeah. It says the ends of the cable were fixed in place in steps 11 and 12 in issue 36.
Right, they're out.
So you've got both of them out?
Yeah, just trying to free the cable on this side because I remember it being an absolute pain. Right, I freed the cable.
Okay, so step 14 says unplug the cable from the motor, yellow arrow. Identify the 4 PB 2x4mm screws that hold the gear casing 3601 and 3602 in place. Remove the screws and store them safely. The gearbox assembly was fitted and fixed in place in steps 9 and 10 in issue 36.
Right, I am being extra cautious here because my memory serves me. I had to get a replacement for this because it broke.
Yeah.
Connector.
Okay. Yeah.
And the reason I remember it is because it was the first time I've ever seen like a cogged motor.
Yeah.
Right, that's not working.
You've got to remove that from there, yeah.
And in fact, the replacement issue they sent, you have, Dave, because I sent you that motor for your windmill.
Yeah, that's correct. So go nice and steady.
Okay.
Nice and steady, guys.
You see the casing down there wants to lift up.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
Can you get tweezers underneath them to lift it?
Right, see if this works. Come on. I just know how fragile this cable is.
Yeah.
And it's not very long, so you don't have much play with it.
No. I wonder if it'd be any better if you took the motor out where you got all the casing and everything.
Can you take the wires from the pin at the side so you've got a little bit more of a to give?
I probably am at the limit of its tolerance.
Yeah.
Jesus. Got it!
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
Right.
Phew, you make me sweat there.
Go on me now.
Well, yeah, you want to see.
So you've now got to take out the 4 screws, which are PM 1.6 by 3mm, I think. No, they're not. No, they're not. The PB 2.2x4mm. So there's 4 of them, isn't there?
Yeah.
So 4 PB 2x4mm screws that's holding the gear casing.
What a big job.
Oh, don't do that, iPad. Come on.
Okay. Got the housing. I'm just going to put the aircraft just to one side while we work on this gearbox.
Yeah, that's a good thinking.
Okay.
Okay, so do you need a drink or anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna do.
Get a drink and then
I'll hit the chat.
yeah.
Bassett Horlix still missing in action.
He's not too well at the moment.
No, he's...
Right.
And
Okay.
David Bassett, I'm up early tomorrow morning as I'm driving up to Burton for our final match of the regular League One season. All matches in League One kicking off at 12:30.
Oh, very good.
You can't
Burton and Trent. Right.
12:30 tomorrow.
Yeah, Burton and Trent. So, right. Okay, so step 15, Mark,
Yeah.
is turn the gearbox assembly 3601 and 3602 upside down and remove the 4 PB 2 times 4mm screws as indicated. Keep the screws safely on one side.
Don't you just hate it when there's one screw that just doesn't want to pop out?
Yeah.
Just
I've done it a few times.
Okay.
And I'm just closing my window blinds if I can. Oh, there we are. Right. Okay. So, step 16 is remove the cog and cable assembly 3604, 3603, 3606 from the gear casing 3602 as indicated. Parts 3604, 3603 and 3606 can be discarded.
Okay. Right.
Okay, and then it says 17, step 17, remove the upright cog 3605 from the gearbox casing. The plastic cog can now be discarded.
Okay. Right. So
Just gonna,
here are the new parts. I haven't opened them merely because I wanted to not lose them.
yeah.
So, new cable, which feels thinner actually than the other cable.
Does it really?
Yeah. Okay. New cable.
Right.
One new one of them. That's
Yeah.
metal.
Yeah.
Again, that's metal.
Yeah.
And again, metal.
So they've replaced these plastic parts then with metal parts?
Yes.
Okay, so do we have to put any oil or grease on these then?
Well, probably not, but I just think it's good practice sometimes.
Okay, so right. So we'll go to step 18 then, which is your next one. And it says reassemble the cogs in the gearbox using the new cable 100E and the metal cogs 100B and 100C as follows. Fit the cable 100E across the end of the metal cog 100B and place the metal cap 100D on the end of it to hold in place.
Right, that's greased up. Don't know when I use grease, I get grease everywhere.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, that's I do.
Okay, so remember this correctly. The wire goes through there, and that then sandwiches the wire and not fall off.
Yeah.
Does it snap in place?
Right, okay, so that's that. And then just doing it in the orientation, they've got it in the instructions or destructions.
Yeah.
Right.
It says fit the cog 100C upright in the casing, 3602, and fit the cable and cog assembly, which is 100B, 100D, 100E, into the gear casing, 3602. Ensure that the cog 100B is the right way up, with the square tab at the top circled.
Right. So that's all done now.
I think you've got it right way, have you?
All in place.
Yeah, the square tab's at the top, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that, yeah. Okay, so that if that's all in place, it says in 19, it says reassemble and fit the gearbox assembly. See issues 36, steps 7 to 10. And it says fit the new length of electrical cable. Oh, wait a minute. We have to get this back together first.
Okay, well,
So,
you put it together, I'll go through. Oh, my mouse stopped working. Crafty Chris, David Bath should be Horlix doing, but he has still not got his issues.
yeah.
David Bassett ought to play for Wickham need to win and hope for favourable results elsewhere for us to make the playoffs. David Bassett, thank you for that, Christine. Crafty Chris, hope you're slowly getting your health better. David Bassett, 1,650 chair boys. Fans will be there, sold out. Away at the end of the Pirelli Stadium tomorrow.
Wow.
And D. Harris Mark, I would get the battery pack and test that motor when you open that casing before you reinstall the solder on them first connectors, not the best.
Oh.
So this is not the best. All right, Mark.
Yeah, it's just what Dee said about testing the motor, but I tested it ages ago.
Yeah.
Right, so them four are back in now. So I now need to bring back up the aircraft.
Yes, you do, yeah.
Oh.
Can we get that other bit of chat, Dave?
Yeah, David Bassett, Pepsi had a lovely 30th birthday yesterday. She's been watching me paint a fence this afternoon.
Oh, bless. Happy birthday to Pepsi.
Yeah, I saw that on Facebook. Right, okay. So holding this down was PB 2 times 4.
Yeah.
Right.
So, reassemble and refit the gearbox assembly. See issues 36, steps 7 to 10. So, what they're telling you to do there is to go back to issue 36 of Build the Spitfire and look at steps 7 to 10 to refitting this back into the aircraft. Okay, I'm pretty sure that we're getting it right way around though, aren't we?
Yeah.
So we'll just give you a few minutes.
There's no more chat at the moment. Getting them cameras back on their wheels is going to be fun.
Yeah, not half. Not half, Dave.
They were... Right, so extension cable.
Yep.
Right, now I've got 2 of these.
Oh, right. Okay.
Because I got one of these cables when the PCB board came in issue 93.
Careful.
Yeah.
So did Horlix.
Careful, that's the right one because that's a reverse cable, mind you. Use the one you got the day because it's a reverse cable. It makes the undercarriage go both ways. It's a double polarity or something like that.
I think I'm using the one from today. Let me double check. Well, that would be the... And this one is much bigger. Right, hang on. Right, it's definitely not that one.
Okay.
That's way too small. Like I said, everything's going to get tested anyway.
Yeah.
So it's going to reverse the polarity.
Yeah, it'll go back up.
Right.
Oh, what do you pull them doing? Aye. Tell them go do it.
Right, so we're going on to step 19, and that says fit the new length of electrical cable 100F into the circuit board on top of the motor, 3501 red arrow, and connect the other end of the cable to the socket on the end of the original cable, 3502 blue arrow.
You're not got it?
Yeah, he's got it.
Yep.
Okay. So now we're going on to a whole new set of instructions. Okay, it says to complete the work, you will need to test the operation of the model. See issue 100. Once you have tested it, you can refit the parts that were removed in steps 1 to 12 of the previous pages. You can then go on to completing the assembly as described in issue 94 to 99. Here is a checklist of what to do.
Right, so I'm going to have to test it before I put it back together.
Okay, just a minute then. So we've got 1. Refit the ends of the new cable 100E, see issue 36, steps 11 and 12. So I think you've just done that, haven't you?
Yeah.
So 2, refit the cockpit assembly, see issue 72, steps 19 to 20.
Yeah.
3, assemble the horizontal parts of the tailplane, see issues 97, steps 1 to 9. Temporarily fitted the horizontal parts 97 to 93, 9703, 9704, and 9705, 9706 elevators onto the brass shaft 6904 as described in issue 97, steps 10 and 11. This means that you can see that the operation of the elevators when testing the model, the parts will be removed later so that you can fix the ends of the aerials in place as described in issue 97. Goodness me.
Oh. In other words, don't do anything, test it now and then make sure it all works and then continue building.
Have you put that wire on them undercarriage?
No, not yet.
Well, you're supposed to put them on the undercarriages, aren't you?
Yeah.
It said.
Should have done.
It said.
PM 1.6
Connect the other end of the cable into the socket into the end of the original cable. So no, it doesn't say anything about that.
No. Strange, isn't it?
Yeah, but then it's going through all this checklist of done this, done that, done the other.
That's right. I'm looking at it, I'm seeing he hasn't connected the undercarriage up yet.
No. So fit the model to the display stand. I'm just trying to work a way around this where you could actually test the model. Well, you can't at the minute because, as Dave says, you haven't put them ends of the cables in.
No. So what I'm going to have to do tomorrow is build issue 100, which is the remote control, and then test everything, and then can start to put it back together again.
Yeah.
Does it not tell you to put them things back onto the undercarriage yet?
Hang on a minute, Dave. I'm just reading. So refit to the right.
If you test that motor, it's going to just run that cable ringing through.
Of course it is, yeah. Assemble the remote control. Fit the model to display stand. Means you can operate one of the elevators, test model and place in place. Fit the refit the ends of the cable. 100E C issue 36 steps 11 and 12. Well, that's it. Refit the ends of the new cable. 100E C issue 36 steps 11 and 12. So if we went to issue 36, Mark.
Yeah, it's to fit it. Right, okay. This was no mean feat the first time around.
No, it's no mean feat this time around. Definitely not.
I thought I fell asleep when you put no gun. Then go get the thing connected and that carriage up.
There's a great long list here, Dave, of the things you've actually got to do before you can actually test it. Yeah, there's a great long list. So, which I started to read early on, and I thought, goodness me, that's a lot to do. So, right. So, if you can find 36, Mark, and you can go back and refit them in there.
Yeah. I do sort of remember how it went. But I do remember it was easier with the undercarriage up.
If I remember John Bill's watching, he put the wheel up. Yeah. You're not going to get tape.
I have. I'm going to be daring because it's me.
1 to 12. So, yeah. That's correct. So, yeah.
I'm just dipping the lube.
Okay.
Why are you doing that?
Shoot that cuckoo at the same time.
That's one in.
Okay.
Just move that out of the way. There we go. Okay. Done.
Okay. So that is number 1 of the checklist of 10 items that you've got to do.
Yeah. So everybody can see, basically, that's the checklist.
That's the checklist of the things you have to do before you can check the operation of your model.
Yeah.
Okay. So it also says sucker and washer. So we have found that in some cases the landing gear fouls the panels on the display stand. Before placing the model on the acrylic post, fit the washer on the stem of each of the suckers as shown. So there is a washer to be put on the suckers on the display stand.
If I show them basically that,
yeah,
and I have the washers here.
Yeah, okay. So are you going to do the rest of them things on that list now or later?
I'm going to do them later.
Okay.
Because I think I'm pleased with where the progress that we've made this evening.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I'm going to take my time because I want to test everything and just make sure everything is working A-okay.
Okay. So to go back on this then, to reiterate with everybody, there is a checklist of 10 items that you will need to reassemble, that may have been taken apart just before this issue, or not put together before this issue. You have to put them all together before you can actually check your model. Once you've done them 10 items in that list, then it is completed work and your model is ready to get going. Simulated flight movements in following issues 101 to 120 will supply the parts and figurines to create a diorama on the display stand. Wow. So, just to clarify that again then, there is 10 issues to check and to put parts on your model before you can actually test it. Okay. That was horrendous.
My cameras.
That was horrendous. So
we've all got it to come.
Yeah, we've all got it to come.
Does that cockpit extension cable fit in under the cockpit? Not the cockpit, the thingy board extension fit okay under the cockpit with the way.
It hasn't told you here yet.
Just so that it goes together.
It hasn't told you here yet, but it will do later on in the magazines, won't it?
Should do.
It looks pretty thick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought it was always overkill, the cover that they put on it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I honestly thought it was always overkill, but no, I really enjoyed that, actually. It's nice, going back to things that we've done a year ago or so, and remembering, gosh, I had that problem with the wire, and I had problems with this, and it's just remembering things again about the model.
It is, yeah. Yeah,
and
it is.
Just remembering doing it.
Yeah.
So, but no, I really enjoyed that. It was really nice. And nice to do it with you guys as well.
No, you're right. Yeah, I mean, if anybody wants a hand with this, I know that Horlix will, I know that I will, I know that Dave will, then we'll have to get together and, go for it again and do it again, because it's
not a problem.
It's just a problem to do on your own, really. And, you need extra eyes with you, and you need extra ears, and you need extra foresight on the instructions to get it right.
Should I suggest a stream where I'm doing the instructions and you two are doing yours at the same time?
Well, that might be possible. That might be possible.
I know what I've got the time at the moment.
Yeah.
That's
and I ain't got the issues yet.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, I ain't got the issues yet. So
I think they'll probably go tomorrow or some time after next week, because obviously being the bank holiday Monday. Because I was we does come after Mark anyways.
Yeah. So
any more chat?
Yeah, there's some more chat.
Yep. Dave Builds. Now that's what I call a major overhaul on the Spitfire, ready for action.
Yeah.
Mary Oglesby, great show, very well done.
Thank you.
Crafty Chris, can we have a live build on a Titanic now that you've proved you can live build?
Yeah.
That's you, Mark, not me.
Do you want to know the hardest part of that was screwing the circuit board into the base because my hands were shaking.
Yeah.
That was the hardest part of the entire thing. The rest of it was really easy.
Yeah.
And the hardest part was screwing in a circuit board. It's absolutely madness, but I'm pleased I've managed to get over it. And yeah, why not? Why not do this live,
Yeah.
Right, more chat. David Bassett, well done.
Okay.
Lee Harris, that will be a good stream for you lot to do at the same time.
Aye.
On Northern Model Builder stream.
Oh God.
No, because I probably won't be on the next couple because I'll be back. I'm at work doing nights. Great show tonight, guys.
Thank you.
Dave, that's quite a lot to do.
Yeah.
And Yorkshire Crafter, true Crafty Chris. And Yorkshire Crafter, great show and build.
Yeah, smashing.
That's up to do.
I think he was a bit spooked by this because when he came on earlier, his hair was really flat. Now it's all over, but it's like mad scientist.
D. Harris, good job, fellas. Great stream. I'll see you again soon.
Okay,
yeah,
thanks,
okay,
Lee.
so we'll do the schedule. So tomorrow night is DS Models and Vintage, and what you're planning?
Be a Route Master build.
A Route Master build tomorrow night, 8 o'clock on DS Models and Vintage. And then Sunday is 6 o'clock for me for the weekly vlog. And then at 8 p.m. we have
me with the Enterprise.
Yeah.
I can't normally do this, you see, where most people are here that are doing it. Okay, then Monday at 7 p.m. we have the Disney Dollhouse, issue 11, I believe, 8 p.m. with Yorkshire Crafter, Crafty Chris.
Yeah.
Then on Tuesday we have Build the Eddie Stobart with DS Models of Vintage, Crafty Chris, and Yorkshire Crafter at 8 p.m. on Crafty Chris's channel. And then Wednesday we have the Arduino show, and that is at 7 p.m. with me, Horlix, and Jack. And then Thursday is the Craft and Chat. That is at 7 p.m. and that's on Crafty Chris, Yorkshire Crafter, and Horlix's channel as well. And then back round for Friday, we haven't got a clue. Watch this space. We haven't got a clue. Hopefully it should be Horlix. He should have got his parts by then. And he might actually be doing what I've done tonight.
Well, it definitely will be me because I'll be doing my first night shift by myself on Friday.
Goodness me.
Then off a Saturday and back on night shift on a Sunday. So unfortunately, I won't be at the Northern Model Crafter show next time round.
Aye.
Well,
but I may have a little plan because, as I say, with us building the Lancaster, I may put a live show on maybe after one of the other shows to keep you up to date on that till I'm on holiday and I can get back on the show.
That'd be good, yeah.
And I'd say hopefully this night shift's just going to be for a couple of months.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we'll keep your spot warm for you.
Yeah, we will.
Okay. Right, so I'll go around everybody and can do the goodbyes and I can relax now. So, DS Models of Vintage.
Okay, well, first of all, I've got two thank yous to make tonight, and that's one to Crafty Chris for actually downloading the instructions for me to read tonight, because it wouldn't download to my iPad. So I've borrowed their iPad tonight to do the instructions. So thank you for that, Crafty Chris. And the second one is to Max Modz for doing a fantastic build there, or unbuild and build. And it's been a well done to you, Mark. Well done indeed. And so thanks for joining us, everybody. And it's not easy. And look carefully at the instructions for this, and look carefully at the list of jobs that you have to do to put everything back in order, and before you can actually test it. So other than that, it's good night from me. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow night.
Okay, Danno's Universe.
Yeah, good build tonight. Well done for completing that tonight. Seems like a very tricky build, but you've done well. Thank you,
Danno. Okay, and Geordie Dave.
Well, I'm glad you're doing that tonight. I was looking forward to seeing how that was going to be done, and I'm glad I was involved. And as Dave says, read the instructions carefully, and maybe have the show in the background so you can actually see what's happening as well. So that'll help you with the build. So good night from me, and I'll catch you again soon.
Okay. And it's a good night from me. Thank you for everybody tuning in, everybody who's been in the chat. What I wanted to show tonight was as if you were doing it at home yourselves, witnessing what I was doing and doing it at home yourselves. And that was the idea tonight, and to hang out with my best mates while doing it. So thank you everybody for tuning in, and I'll catch you all on the next one. So it's a goodbye from me.
Oh. Where's man gone?
I don't know where you're gone.
We turned into Geordie Dave.
Oh dear. Where's it gone there? Is it come back? Oh no.
Come back on, but we're not seeing you. Just do sticky labels.
Good night, everybody.
Right.